These are some Dinar Guru updates, starting off with Frank 26, Iraq Boots on the Ground Report Firefly. They're back on TV and talking about the deletion of the 3 zeros. It was a segment of old newscast. The lifting of the 3 zeros was supposed to be done in 2011, then it was supposed to be done in 2013, then 2016. Then they said it was also rescheduled in 2017. They talked about the lower notes, why they were going to give us these lower notes. It was a rebroadcast of old news story. Frank says all of this is being explained to you right now because you are so close to receiving this blessing that Sudani promised. All right, Militiaman article, quote, Prime Minister's advisor, Iraq in the process of paying off long-term development loans to the World Bank. Militiaman says it looks like Iraq's financial situation is solid as they get effectively. She has so many revenue streams coming on board. Now it will only get better in the World Bank, the IMF, the UST, etc. all know it. Hence, the view of Iraq will bring confidence to the largest banks and financial entities in the world. That was broadcasted globally too. Moving on, Sandy Ingram says the two exchange rates, official rate and market rate, must come into alignment before there can be an increase in the currency value. All right, Walking Stick says if they float, the dinar will be in a very tight band. If it's a low rate, if it's $1, then they'll float and drive the rate up. But if they come out an RI reinstatement of $3.22, then the float, then they're going to have some serious tight banks on the float. It will be monitored very closely. It will only allow it to be a plus or minus 5%. It cannot go any further than that in the float. For example, don't let it get past maybe $3.50. They will cap it quickly. All right, Militiaman says Iraq has a project to delete the zeros. The delete the zeros hasn't happened yet. Iraq doesn't have an international acceptable tradable currency just yet. Frank 26 says, in my opinion, this is an RI. They will reinstate that rate. I thought they would reach it at a cap, but now they're talking about coming out right away with a fixed rate, and that fixed rate might be $3.22. Then the float should be very, very small, very quick, because in my opinion, it's going to reach the cap, boom, very quickly. Lastly, I have Mark Z via PDK with an article, quote, Unfolding Structural Economic Transformation in Iraq. Mark Z says this article is talking about Iraq's successes, especially in the digital banking world, and them coming up to speed tech-wise with the rest of the world. They have made great strides digitizing their economy to be more efficient and faster. We're seeing the economic changes we need for them to change the rate.